Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Thank you. I'm President Laura Freed. Welcome to the 115th Maine College of Art and Design Commencement Ceremony. At this time, I would like to welcome Paul Gephardt, Dean of Undergraduate Studies, to the podium for the invocation. Paul.
Thank you. All right. We've come together today to celebrate the accomplishments of these graduates. In gratitude for the brightness and joy that each of them have brought to all of us, I invite you to quietly reflect on your own wishes and hopes for them. May you create meaning in your life. May you find a place to experience community in the places you choose to be. May you craft a passionate purpose, belong. May you find generosity. May you be filled with gratitude. Look for those around you. See who else is with you. Stay connected to them. Walk alongside others, share in their joys and their sorrows. Practice compassion for those around you, for this world, and most importantly, for yourself. See the world as it is. Find navigation inside yourself and within your community. Create a world you believe in. Design a life that matters. Craft a vocation that is purposeful. With gratitude.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning again, everyone. Thank you to the amazing, awesome, courageous, and talented class of 2026. Congratulations. To the families and friends of our graduating students, we are truly grateful for you and so glad that you are here with us today. Students, please stand and face the audience. Students, please stand and face the audience. And then join me in giving a round of applause to your family, your friends, your loved ones, who are able to join us and celebrate you. Thank you for your support. Students can be seated. To the Board of Trustees, who have been so supportive and encouraging and generous. To the brilliant faculty, brilliant and creative faculty, who are and dedicated staff and friends of the college who are celebrating with us today, thank you for joining us and welcome everyone. The class of 2026 has experienced so much in the past 4 years. Political upheaval, environmental challenges, global threats, and on the positive side, just last month, ways to see the Earth from the other side of the moon. Let's remember those ways when we move forward. Sometimes, after listening to podcasts and reading Substacks, it can feel like art might not be so important in the face of it all. But I say art matters more now than ever before. Artists and designers might not be able to stop wars, but history has shown us that artists have the power to influence people. Art can change how people think. And guess what? People can and do change the world. When we look back at history, we may not remember the kings and queens and broadcasters of the day, but we remember our culture and our shared experiences. We remember Picasso's Guernica, a powerful anti-war statement that lives in many people's minds today. Even more memorable for me was Ai Weiwei's life jackets surrounding the columns of Berlin's concert house, making the refugee crisis impossible to ignore while people were going to the opera. And we remember Maya Lin's Vietnam Memorial and her recent multimedia installation focusing on endangered species, drawing our attention to climate change and our ability to combat it together. Together, we, all of us, can accomplish a lot more than we think we can. Artists have always played a lead role in speaking truth to power and imagining new ways forward. This is inherently difficult, but it's very empowering. You are leaving us at the college with the skills to present your ideas in ways that can change hearts and minds. Listening to your presentations, all of them, during the past few weeks, and then seeing your art exhibited throughout the college, I'm personally so impressed by your ideas and your implementation and by your connections, particularly by your connections to each other and your appreciation for the community that you helped to create here. Your work and your presentations had so many references to the importance of memory, of family, of appreciating the joy of process and discovery, of finding treasures in unexpected places. You shared your stories and the stories of your families and your concern for the well-being of our planet. Your art, your designs, your animations and games reflect your heartfelt desire to make this a better, safer, more joyful, equitable world. Many of you held a mirror to these times and noted that the path forward is not clear, but you have clearly found your way. This is true. Rapidly changing technologies present even new challenges we've never faced before, but I feel that you are ready to make amazing contributions. I know you can't see the future right now. Nobody can. But you have the ability to impact it. Many of you are shining a light on experiences and perspectives that have too long been overlooked. And it's the kind of bold and thoughtful work that sparks positive change in each of you, in others, and in our world. Throughout your education, your faculty have taught you, please start with questions. We don't have to have the answers immediately. And use your curiosity and inquiry to illuminate and solve problems. These skills will serve you well and will guide all of your future choices. It's easy to see at first glance what separates each of us, rather than what we have in common. We come from different cultures, we have different ancestors. We may be going far away from here, but I advise you, continue to do what you did here at the college. Look for what you have in common with each other. What do you have in common? You all share your college experiences. You know what hard work is. You really know what hard work is. And you are well acquainted with that anxiety that can wash over you. I'm feeling it right now. When you least expect it. But you have learned how to push through. You have learned new confidence that comes with knowing things deeply and creating impactfully, and you have shared your values as a graduating class. You have achieved something significant, all of you. You have shared generously with your classmates, with your faculty, and with your community. You aimed high, very high. You achieved your goals. This is golden. Not everybody ever achieves their goals, particularly when they're ambitious. I hope it's a comfort for you to know that no one can take this achievement away from you. You will always have that shared experience. You will always have Maine College of Art and Design. We are all here today to acknowledge your achievements and to celebrate the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. Bravo for a task well done. You are each going to walk across the stage today, and you will walk across the stage with your work illustrated behind you, projected behind you. That's really unusual. It doesn't happen at many graduations. So walk across the stage with confidence in the knowledge that your contributions to this world are just beginning. I'm a little jealous about that. The world needs your voice, your vision, and your courage. I imagine that you have discovered several times that fear can kill creativity. I hope you also learned the enemy of fear. Do you know what it is? The enemy of fear is laughter. So keep questioning, creating, think critically, act with intention, and when you run into a wall, look for the humor in a situation. It's usually pretty funny that you can't do what you wanted to do. You don't have to do anything at that moment. Sometimes doing nothing is all that's required. Just sit back, laugh in the moment is all you need. Without fear, your creativity will return and your positive impact will continue to grow. On behalf of everyone at Maine College of Art and Design, I wish you a future filled with joy, purpose, and meaningful connections. Congratulations, class of 2026. I am now so pleased to welcome Abby Warg, our new chair of the Board of Trustees, to deliver a message on behalf of the board. Abby.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. You've been well trained by President Freed. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome all of you. Class of 2026, parents, family, and loved ones, our Board of Trustees up front, our faculty and staff, and our honored guests and friends to Maine College of Art's 115th commencement ceremony. To the graduates, first I'm going to add my congratulations. Your late nights and early mornings and bold first attempts and endless edits and hard work and perseverance, it has all paid off. You did it. You earned this degree, so congratulations to all of you. Second, I want to thank you. This has been a very special time in your lives, and we are so grateful that you spent it here with us at Mecca. Your perspective and style and stories have changed our lives as much as they've changed yours, and we love that you shared your vision with us. We are also thankful, as I know you are, for all of the people that helped you get here. So I wonder if we should thank them together. You've just done this, no need to stand up. But let's cheer for them. To your families, friends, those early teachers who helped you find your way along your path to our doors, let's thank them. To President Laura Freed, and to our extraordinary faculty and staff, who listen as much as they lecture. Let's thank them. And of course, to your classmates who shared this amazing adventure with you, let's thank them. Third, I want to remind you of something that I hope you've learned here at Mecca, which is that you matter. Your art matters. And today, you're heading out into the world, you're facing a future that can feel uncertain in many ways, and we need you. We need artists and your creative minds more than ever before. It takes bravery and strength to be an artist. You are our creative visionaries. You're our philosophers. You're purveyors of truth and inspiration and hope. You make us wonder and laugh and feel and question everything, and we need that. We need you. So whatever you do as your path moves forward, I hope you are an artist forever. As you move on, remember the people in this room and the people who have come through this room before you and will come after you. You are a member of the Mecca family, and we see you. Maine College of Art and Design will always be your home. So as the great Maine author and illustrator Barbara Cooney taught us years ago through children's books, go out, do something to make the world more beautiful, and then come home and tell us all about it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Abby. I'm now pleased to present Jenny Shy and John Ryan for the honorary degree Doctor of Fine Arts. Jenny and John, please join me. Jenny and John, they're also married, so they're lucky to have each other, and we're lucky to have them. We are honored to recognize Jenny and John, Jenny Shy and John Ryan, whose contributions to this college have strengthened both our physical spaces and our creativity and our creative community. John Ryan, co-founder of Wright Ryan Construction, has been a trusted partner of the college, leading transformative projects across the Porches building. From the crew music program to the studios that many of you have worked so hard in photography, woodworking, and furniture, graphic design, and illustration, this man helped design your studios. Did he do a good job? Jenny Shy, a licensed architect and talented artist, has brought equal vision and care to her work with the college. As a trustee and chair of the Academic and Student Life Committee, which is the most important committee of our board, she helps strengthen the academic programs and support for all of you. Her own artistic practice reflects a deep sensitivity to place and design. Together, John and Jenny embody a shared commitment to creativity and to community here in Portland and to the built environment we are proud to celebrate with them today. Jenny and John, for your generous sharing of expertise in distinct yet deeply aligned ways, you have shaped the college's spaces and sense of purpose. We recognize you, John, for the care, ingenuity, and collaborative spirit you have brought to stewarding campus environments where creativity and learning unfold. And we celebrate you, Jenny, for your steady and insightful leadership in advancing student-centered vision that holds artistic rigor and community at its core. We commend the example you set together, demonstrating how dedication to craft, place, and people can really shape an institution and sustain the creative life that surrounds us. Ian, would you help me? Maine College of Art grants you its highest distinction. This is the highest distinction we in higher education can bestow upon anyone. It's a 600-year-old tradition. Doctor of Fine Arts to both Jenny Shy and John Ryan. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Jenny Shy and Dr. John Ryan. Congratulations. Great. Yeah, nice. I am now honored and pleased to present Yuko Shimizu for the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts. Yuko, please join me at the podium. We are so pleased to welcome Yuko Shimizu to Maine. It's her first time in Maine. Give her a Maine welcome. All the way from Tokyo via New York. with a short stop in New Hampshire. A dynamic and genre-bending illustrator whose highly original work has shaped contemporary illustration for more than 2 decades. Those of you who met her in the school yesterday and the day before know her for her ability to move fluidly across styles while maintaining a distinct visual voice. She has collaborated with world-class clients to bring their visions of life to the page, online, through installations, and even interactive experiences. Her achievements have been recognized with numerous honors, including 2 Caldecott honors, multiple Clio Awards, oh my goodness, and more than 15 medals from the Society of Illustrators. In addition to her illustration practice, she is a dedicated educator and teacher and mentor to emerging artists. She is the most inspiring example of an artist who has forged her own path and whose work continues to expand the possibilities of illustration. We are so pleased to celebrate her achievements and welcome her to the college. Yuko, for your globally recognized illustration practice reflecting exceptional creative influence and versatility, for your commitment to education and mentorship through more than 20 years of teaching, shaping, and inspiring the next generation of artists, and for your spirit of innovation and collaboration evidenced in your work with leading cultural institutions, authors, musicians, and brands to immersive projects that expand the boundaries of illustration. Yuko, Maine College of Art and Design grants you its highest distinction, the Honorary Doctor of Fine Arts. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Yuko Shimizu.
A little costume adjuster here.
Oh my God, I'm nervous. You know, I usually work in my studio by myself and only talk to my dog, and you know, like this is a special treat. So, okay, here we go. Good morning, and congratulations to the class of 2026. Woo! So let me start with this. I see you, I see everyone here, and you are so beautiful today. And it might sound weird to say this in like, it's 2026, like, you know, why is she talking about like beauty, not beauty things? But so let me explain this a little bit and as a first thing to talk about. So, you know, I'm older and my mom just moved to a nursing home in Tokyo. So my sister and I have to go to Tokyo and vacate the house she and my dad, lived for 50 years. And while going through the things and to throw out, you know, keep all that, and we encountered the albums from when I was your age. And you know, like, I was so self-conscious. You know, I always thought like, you know, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not fit enough. I don't look as nice as the girl next to me. Like all these things, right? And then like 25 years later or something, I encountered the album that I didn't see for a long time, and I looked at it, I opened it, and I'm like, I look just fine. But like nobody ever reassured me. So, you know, like young people are beautiful. You're all beautiful. And I think I need to say this today because in this world, where your phone's constantly telling you you're not enough, right? But you are, and you're glowing today. You're graduating. You accomplished something. And I want you to know that how much of the beauty you're radiating. And, you know, parents, friends, family members, like, make sure to tell your children or friends, family members, that they're beautiful today. And, I really like need like sunglasses. You're like radiating. So when I moved my mom to nursing home, like this is like the first time I encountered, and the parents, I think, feel exactly how I feel. Is like I face my mortality, although your parents are not old and I'm not that old, but like for the first time, because we see parents as a mortal thing, and of course you're not there. And why part of the thing what makes you, the young people, so beautiful is that you have whole big future ahead of you. And you don't think about the mortality, it's the future you think of. So you're at the starting point of your like choose your own adventure starting point. And you can shape your life the way you want. And you have so many unlimited possibilities. And I think that's really, really, really beautiful. And so I wanted to mention that before I get into all the details. Okay, so so when I was doom scrolling the other day, and if you think an illustrator who has 20 years of career don't doom scroll, we do. I do. Everyone does. You do. I know. Like you have like a homework that you're really bored of. Like you rather be doing something else. You doom scroll. And I doom scroll because I'm frustrated. Like I love to draw, but like sometimes drawing takes forever. And like God, when does it end? And then I doom scroll. And then like, okay, I have to come up with new idea for the new project, and nothing comes to me. And I doom scroll. So like, you and me just the same. But while doom scrolling, there are some things I found that are really nice. So I wish I said this, I didn't. A few days ago, just before I came, I saw this Neil deGrasse Tyson, famous astrophysicist, you probably know. He was getting interviewed, and he had this fantastic quote. So I will read it to you. Okay, this is what he said. I can discover something in the universe, but if I didn't do it, somebody else will discover the exact same thing. Whereas in the arts, what you create, no one who was ever born before you or will be born from your death onward will ever compose exactly the same thing you did. So in that sense, art is a unique expression of the individual, whereas science is the discovery of the pre-existing conditions of nature. How cool is that? I mean, thank you, but I didn't say it. Doom scroll sometimes helps, right? So, like you're surrounded by creative people, and I'm surrounded by creative people, right? And like we think of this as a normal thing because everyone of our friends are creative. But we often forget in the bigger sense of the world out there, we're very, very special. Like there are a lot of people out there, they just work, pay bills, like going on the path of their own, lives that they think is normal, and then go through waiting for the weekend. But we were given this gift of art, and how many people in this world actually have this passion to create something from nothing? And this is very, very, very special. There are no, 1 + 1 is 2. Your art is different from the art of the artist who's sitting next to you. And there is no license to become an artist. There is no exam to become an artist. And you are either born with this passion to make something, or you somehow, before you came to art school, encountered this situation like, oh, I need to create something. And that, in the bigger sense of the world, it's very, very, very special. So, you know, unlike some areas in the studies, there are no rights or wrong. It's just you and your creation. And with that, I have to talk a little bit about AI, right? So you're graduating this like very uncertain time. You know, AI is threatening the whole creative industry, and we're constantly worried about our job might be taken away. But when we look at it from the other point, you know, there is like this like threatening point, but then let's flip it and look at it, and it's like the proof the whole world who are not artists are really jealous and want to be artists. Right? You know, like these normies and tech bros, they really want to claim they're artists and say, quote unquote, I'm the AI artist. Like, you know, we're like, what's that, right? What's that? I mean, of course, there are some art fields that use AI as a process. You know, like I do understand that exists. But in the broad sense of the world, like artists have superpowers. Like you're like superheroes. You're like alchemists. You create something no one else create, and you create your own creations from thin air. And that's really, really like more than ever because of AI and because what is happening now, being artists is more important than ever. And I want you to remember that. So keep making art, keep making stuff. Okay, so now let's talk about something a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, ready? Ready? So I know you're sitting there and you're excited and also maybe thinking like, can I curse? Probably not. Like, F this, like, I might have to get a day job and like, I don't want that. What do I do? I mean, like, I was once an art student, okay? Like, I was sitting there, so like, I totally understand how you feel. Yes, this is something, and I also teach seniors, so, you know, like, this comes up in the conversation all the time. So I can say, like, beautiful things, you know, like, being artist is beautiful, you're a superhero. Yes, I believe that, but then also, let's talk about something uncomfortable about the day job. So what do? And then, like, trust me when I say this, I'm known as an honest person, so whatever I say, it's honest. So if you ask me, if you have to get a day job, I think you hit the jackpot. Oh yeah, you're so quiet. Okay, I'll explain. So at the end of the day, artists are not just artists. You know, when I was sitting there, I thought like, oh, I'm graduating. I never have to work on homeworks and then anymore, and I will be making art from morning till night. And then I realized like, no, that's not true. Because if you want to make art into your occupation, then you are also suddenly becoming a small business. It's a funny thing to say, like, okay, like, you know, I majored in business. My first degree is in business, so like, you know, like, bear with me. And so I did the day job backward. I graduated and start illustrating right away. But people think, oh, you're lucky, like, you know, you're illustrating right away. You never had to get a day job. Like, no. I actually, this is my second career, actually. I had a business degree. I graduated from studying marketing and advertising, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an artist, but I was not sure. I didn't have a supportive family members like you all have. And so, like, you know, thank your parents. But, like, don't worry, my mom's happy now. But she also asked me if I'm paying my, rent okay every month. Mom's mom, regardless of how old you get. But anyway, so I did 11 years of corporate job before I decided, oh my God, I have to go to art school and I have to be an artist. So that's how I became an artist. But during that 11 years, and when I started art school, I was 34 and my classmates are 17. So if I was a teenage mom, they could be my kids and they're my classmates. And oh my God, like I lost so much time. Then I soon realized everything in life is give and take. So yes, I started later, but then I gained life experiences and job experiences when I thought I was wasting time. And so like, how to write emails, how to navigate clients and chasing after invoices, all that things you have to do as a professional artist running your own little professional art business. I actually learned during day job. And was I a good match for having a corporate job? Like, how no way? It was like terrible. But if I didn't have that 11 years, don't worry, like I'm not telling you to do 11 years of day job. Like for me, I was an ignorant young person and I needed to get into the real world and experience working in this day job. And that makes me pursue my art career. And if I didn't do that, I'm not standing here today talking to you. So as much as I hated my corporate career, like it could have been shorter, I guess. But if I ever have to have a chance to redo my life over again, I won't change a thing. I learned everything about art in art school from my professors, from my peers and friends, but I learned everything I needed to run my business through day jobs. So if you are afraid, if you feel like a loser, if you need to get a day job, do not ever feel that way. It will fuel you in different ways. And also, it gives you a life experiences. Yes, becoming young hotshot is great too. But if it doesn't happen, you gain life experiences, and life experiences only adds to make your art deeper and richer. So I want you to, it's an uncomfortable thing, but I want you to remember that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so, and I was also able to save money while I was working on the day job. So sometimes not having to worry about money because you have that job that brings you income can free you up your mind so you can make what you want to make. So I'm a pessimistic optimist. And I think it helps. So like, they're all like optimistic pessimists, whichever one applies. But, like there are hardships in life, right? But you go through it, there's definitely something you can gain through that. And, don't forget about it. Yeah? Okay. Oh, so another thing I want to talk about is being an artist is not a sprint. Being an artist is a lifelong marathon. And some of you here might have your art career take off right away. And then your friends might be sitting there, oh my God, I'm a loser. Do not ever think that. And everyone in a marathon pace your own pace, right? Like it's lifelong. And if you sprint fast and accomplish fast, you have to learn to maintain it. And then if you are slower, then you gain life experiences on the way, and then you catch up later on. But art is a gift that we were given, so like use it and then try to run with it all your life. And that is more important than the world where it focuses so much on youth, and the world is filled with 20 under something, 30 under something, but don't get too caught up. If you get that, great, I'm so happy for you. But if you don't, do not ever feel like you're losing out. You're not. You're just preparing, you're taking time. So please remember. Okay, so here are 5 things about art making I learned through 20 plus years of my career and that are close to my heart. And I want to share them with you. Maybe some of you think some of these things are useful. 1, I try to take small creative risk every single day. And it can be something I have never drawn. It can be a technique I have never used. Or it can be something like, as an artist, I shouldn't have colors I don't like, but I honestly do. So okay, so in the next project, I might use the color that I'm not good at. It can be something very simple. I say 10 to 20% max of risk, because if I took like 50% risk, I might get like, oh my God, I can't, this is too stressful, and then I might not be able to make something. But if it's like 10%, 20%, then I feel a little bit nervous to be doing something new, but also excited to be making something new. And that keeps me going, because when I had corporate job, I thought I was getting like early dementia. I was in my 20s, and then I felt like, yeah, did that thing happen 3 months ago or 3 years ago? I don't remember. So it felt like every day was a repetition of the yesterday. It was like every day was like a Groundhog Day. And after I switched my career to art, one of my aim was to make every day different. And in order to do that, I want to keep growing as an artist and keep making something new. So I have to take risks, but like not too much risk that I get, stressed out. And if I take 10 to 20% risk and I do it for 10 images, I'm on, I'm not a gamer, but like in the game, it's like a next level. So that's one of the things that I keep in mind. Second, definition of success is up to each artist. It helps to decide what success means to you. So I made a decision to make my definition of success. And, you might agree or not agree, like decide your own. So in my case, my definition of success is I want to be respected by the artists who I respect. So that gives a high goal for what I create, and it actually works for me. So there are artists who probably make way more money than me, but as long as I can pay my bills and I'm happy, I'm happy. But most important thing is, am I aiming to make work that can possibly make the people I respect give respect back to me? And I don't know if they do, but I can do my best, right? And we can never control, we always want to make masterpieces, right? But we can't control if the next piece we make is a masterpiece or not. What we can control is, am I putting enough effort into the work I'm making now so it's the best I can make within the ability of I can. And that is very important. 3, when I get asked which of my artwork I am most proud of, I have an answer for it. It is always something I'll be creating in the future. And again, you don't have to agree, but I think it's like a healthy way of thinking. Again, like, I did not quit my stable career to be an artist to repeat something or like something I have already created. If I have already created something I'm so proud of, I might as well quit this job and move on to something next to make something more interesting in being an artist. So for me, this is very important, and it makes me aim higher and keep me going. 4, never prioritize efficiency over the favorite part of my creative process. What AI artists and the tech bros get wrong is they think art is an outcome. And we all know art is the process that matters the most. So I draw on paper and then color on Photoshop. There are people who love digital art like through and through, but people for so long have asked me, like, why haven't you switched out to completely digital? Because it's more efficient and faster, and you're illustrator, so you're working for reproduction. It doesn't matter what you use. And it's all true. But I'm like, listen, I became an artist to enjoy being an artist, and my favorite process is dipping the brush into an ink bottle and slide the ink onto the watercolor paper. That is the process I love the most. And if I, thank you, inkers. If I take that part away, what's the point of being an artist? So, efficiency, yeah, like, I use Photoshop to color because it's efficient, but coloring was never my favorite part. Drawing was. Maybe you're other way around, maybe it's painting, maybe it's the digital process. It doesn't matter. Do not let the world tell you to switch to something efficient. Do not ever let go of what you enjoy the most in the process of art making, because that let you keep making art for the long time to come. And 5, because, like, you know what? Despite how much we love to make art, it's never easy, right? Like, did you come across the situation you're painting and you wanted to throw everything out of the windows? I have. And I'm sure you have too. So, there was this, like, magnets, like, in the fridge. I don't know, like, how does it go? Like, do what you love and you will never work in a day in your life. BS. We all know art making is hard. And why do we do this? Because it's sometimes very frustrating. But we do it, we do what we love, because when we work on something we love, it can get through the toughest of times. That's the reason we do what we love. So please look around. You are different from anyone else in this room, anyone else in this world for that matter. You're your own singular, unique being. Each of you has different upbringing, experiences, influences, what you love, what you hate, your hopes and dreams. You have made many artworks while you are in art school. You will make many, many more after today. And what you will make tomorrow is a brand new something that has never existed in this world that only you can make. How cool is that? Don't worry, we're coming to the end. So lastly, I wanted to share a news story from some years ago. To write this speech, I tried to find the source, but somehow I couldn't, like, I'm really good at research, but I couldn't find it. I think it was from NPR, a segment, and it was from the 1990s. But like, this is the general story. There were a group of youth musicians in Afghanistan under the strict Taliban rule back in the 90s. It's back again, unfortunately, but this story was from the 90s. When the music was completely banned, and under these circumstances, these youth musicians secretly got together and kept playing music, which came out as a news after the Taliban, at that time went away. So they did this despite risking severe punishment, even possible deaths if they're found. And this story sums up the power of art. Like, does art save the world? Unfortunately, I wish, but not really. But also, is the world worth living without art? And we all know the answer to this. Art, the real human-made art, is what makes the world richer. So thank you for being artists. World is shaky and the future is uncertain. Now more than ever, your embodiment of hope. So let's keep running this lifelong marathon of art together. And I already told you you're beautiful, right? So happy graduation to everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Shimizu. You're beautiful too. Thank you. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce John Portlock, Assistant Professor of Academic Studies, who will give greetings from the faculty.
Oh, man. Zabina, this is a lot different than Osher Hall, man. To the parents out there, my name's John Portlock. I'm an academic studies faculty member here, and I had the distinct pleasure, along with my faculty, of interfacing, getting to know, seeing the beautiful faces of the individuals before your children. So thank you so much for that, so much. On down days, it brought me up, and on up days, it still brought me even higher. So to you all, it's marvelous to see your faces with these hats. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I had freshmen about a couple weeks ago. I said, listen, I'm going to put you before a lectern, and I'm going to tell you to, give a speech to an audience just to make you sweat a little bit, because that's good for you. I'm up here, and this is making me sweat, and I'm eating my words. If I have any first years out there, I apologize. Before all else, and I apologize for reading here, I'll try to do the whole eye up thing and eye down thing. Before all else, congratulations to each and every one of you on this graduation day. I trust you'll enjoy it, maybe even rest in it a bit. Look around, I want to say to you. Drink in the faces, the smiles, the whoops and the yelps when you cross the stage. There is nothing wrong with a little pride, a little self-talk that maybe goes, darn right, I did that. Tacked to the congratulations is a thank you for so much it might run short my time. For the joy your smile brings, the honesty of your tears, the love I've seen you bear each other and your faculty. Thank you for your courage to dissent, your talents, your immense, immense talents, your dogged determination to make art school work for you. Thank you for asking and sometimes demanding of myself, your faculty, and this college that we do better. Thank you for walking out, sitting in, for telling stories of home, stories of the very people who are in the audience today, for letting your faculty get to know you, and for embracing the idea that education is a collective project of hypothesis and discovery, failure and success, quiet reflection, and vibrant dialogue. And thank you for taking ideas and running with them, mulling them, discussing them, and trying again and again to express them in ways that feel true to you. Thank you, I guess I'm saying in sum, for being you. I firmly believe that you must continue being you, searching for you, trying out different yous, and tracing the history that led to you. Of this, James Baldwin once wrote, "Know whence you came. If you know whence you came, there is really no limit to where you can go." History matters. Your history matters. Just as this country's history matters, just as the world's history matters. I encourage you to learn it and to pass it on. If my first bit of counsel to you is to continue to get to know yourself, my second is centered around this idea of passing something along, of exchange, hand to hand, neighbor to neighbor, colleague to colleague, partner to partner. About a year back, an Afghan family moved next door to my family in Portland. Reserved and quiet, they kept to themselves, and my family to ourselves, until one evening when I heard a knock at the door. One of the daughters had come by to drop off noni or naan, traditional Afghan bread, an exchange common in their culture, common in ours as well, at least in some parts still. The bread was a delight and continues to be a delight, but the community made was the real gift. We share a smile now. I have repaired a bike or two as repayment. We don't quite know each other, but we're connected. And to be connected in this moment, connected in the flesh when possible, feels important, it feels luxurious, and it feels human. To this point in your lives, I trust each of you have had to rely on communities to which you belong, had to lean on folk inside these communities. And I trust that you in turn have been leaned on, felt the weight of a friend, a loved one, a partner, even a stranger who has needed you in a particular moment. This will continue as you go forth. Your community will lean on you and you on your community. And you will be, as we all are, lucky for that. For the leaning is what makes this life meaningful, delightfully gentle, and enduringly hopeful. Together we can do much, alone very little. And so I hope you will continue to privilege the making of connections with others, loved ones as well as those lesser-known individuals with whom you will cross paths. No one would dare tell you right now, I don't think, the world is your oyster and the dawning day shines as bright as it ever has. You are as awake to this as anyone else in this room. You have lived economic challenges, social and political upheaval, environmental degradation, and a global health crisis, to name only the most obvious. But to say that you only live these things would be possibly to suggest inaction in the face of adversity, rest in a time of hurry. You have run, and so often done so together, acted in ways that have inspired me, and in communities that have outshone dark forces that are afoot. You have called together community conversations, acted to bring speakers to campus, counseled classmates on their constitutional rights, told your story of gender transition, of heartbreak, of great joys and deep pain, put on plays, innovated in the name of environmental protection, joined your Portland, Maine community at Monument Square in the furtherance of human rights, and of course, you made art. You have been brave in the face of challenge, and you have been convicted in the face of challenge. You have been open and truthful in the face of challenge, and you have banded together in the face of challenge. I wish for you the same in the sometimes agonizing, sometimes awe-inspiring, sometimes mundane, and sometimes magical life that certainly awaits you. We need you, say the adults in this room. We need your conviction. We need your moral clarity. We need your enthusiasm. We need your doubt and humility, your youthful daring do, and your righteous indignation. And we need your art. I'm a tennis player, or at least used to be, and at the end of matches, we always came forward to offer a handshake to the opponent. It was a quiet moment between two competitors, one who would go on to further contest for the trophy at that tournament, and another who would move on to prepare for the next competition. I have tried to keep up this tradition, shaking hands with each of you at the close of courses I teach. In closing today, I want to offer a metaphorical handshake to all you graduates. Understanding we were not competitors, but rather colleagues in the hot pursuit of knowledge. I respected you, loved the challenge of hitting back and forth with you, relished the rallies we had, wowed at the winners you blasted by, and dazzled at your keen eye. I didn't get many past you. You got a lot of game. And so right now, I want to say I'm going to miss the points we had, the match we played. I envy your next challenger. Someone who will surely relish the back and forth as much as all your faculty did here. Someone who will have to show their best to match what you bring. And someone whose competition will require the best from you, which is a thrilling prospect for the world, both near and far. To all of you, congratulations. Thank you, and my very, 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 very best as you open the door on the rest of your lives.
Thank you, John. Hi, everyone. I'm Ian Anderson, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Dean of the College here at Maine College of Art and Design. It is my pleasure to present to you the 2026 Eudolia Gross Service Award. The Eudolia Gross Service Award was established 30 years ago to honor Registrar Emeritus Eudolia Gross. Dola, as she was known, was the registrar from 1965 to 1982 and was wholly dedicated to the school, its students, and its faculty. Each year, we recognize a Bachelor of Fine Arts senior who, during their academic career, has exemplified Dola's spirit of voluntarily giving of self for the good of the college. This year, the Eudolia Gross Service Award goes to Jacob Flores Figueroa. Jacob, come up. Jacob. Oh, you're here, that's right. I forgot. I thought you were down there. So you just stand right here next to me and look at your colleagues. I'm going to read some things about you, okay? So I'm going to read a few things about Jacob. Jacob is one of the most remarkable students I've met. He truly exemplifies Eudolia Gross's spirit of voluntary giving of self for the good of the college through sustained, meaningful, and courageous leadership. Throughout his time at the college, Jacob has set a standard for what it means to lead with empathy, integrity, and a generous heart. For 3 years, Jacob dedicated himself fully to his role as resident advisor, I think during the year and in the summer, right? Yeah. Jacob dedicated himself, simultaneously he took on the voluntary leadership of the Students of Color Coalition, serving as president from his sophomore to this year, his senior year. In these roles, he's been a tireless advocate for his peers at the college. He works to create intentional programming that fosters belonging and uplifts students with marginalized identities, facilitating very many, programs focused on diversity, equity, and social awareness. He's a leader who listens deeply, thoughtfully bringing student concerns to college leadership when there are issues to ensure honest dialogue and positive change. His dedication to community is not separate from his artistic practice. It's the core of it. This is reflected in the strong bonds he's built with Maine College of Art and Design and the Portland communities. His senior thesis is an amalgamation of his love of history, animation, and representation. By focusing on collaboration and revealing the impacts of oppression and colonization, Jacob uses his art to give voice to the underrepresented. It's this curiosity and love for humanity that drives everything he sets his mind to. Being an RA and a president of SEC is often thankless work, yet Jacob's enthusiasm and unstoppable motivation never dim despite the many challenges the community has faced. For Jacob, this commitment has not been about seeking recognition. It's about genuine, sustained effort to strengthen our community from the inside out. Jacob, you're a true inspiration. And then we have a little gift for you. All right, you can take with you. All right, congratulations. It's now my pleasure to welcome the Master of Fine Arts student speaker to the podium. The MFA speaker this year is Harley Nye-Greco. Harley? Good luck.
Thank you to all the speakers with all your wonderful and inspiring words. It's really, I can really feel it today. Hello. Ooh. Thank you all so much for being here today. My name is Harley Nye-Greco, and I'm excited to be here to celebrate and honor the Master of Fine Arts class of 2026. The MFA program is a kind of choose-your-own-adventure story. Every artistic medium is available, experimentation thrives, and students enroll as full or low residency. As an artist and educator in New York City, I decided to enroll here at Mecca and D as a low-res student, which meant spending 2 summers in Maine and doing the fall and spring semesters remotely. You have no idea how many times I've had to explain this simple yet complicated scenario to my peers. The program begins with a summer intensive, which is intense. Multiple studio visits a week, working in the studio at all hours, making experiments, learning the critique method. We are now experts on asking neutral questions. The schedule is packed, expectations are high, and our spirits are nourished by the camaraderie of the studio. The summer momentum is palpable. I will look back at this time with extreme fondness and admiration for the efforts of my cohort. We came together from so many different places: Louisiana, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New York, New Mexico, Texas, Wisconsin, and of course, Maine. To say I am proud of everyone here is an understatement. We have grown together from our initial summer introductions to supporting each other through our thesis defenses. We came to Mecca at different times in our lives and careers, united by the extraordinary notion to center our art practice here and now. To our fearless faculty, thank you for all your time and dedication, not only to challenge us, but to foster a learning environment where self-discipline overlaps with vulnerability, adaptability, and community. Your guidance through the conceptual and technical context of our practices gave us the tools to articulate our ideas with true confidence. The program demands concentrated artistic production, combined with critical reflection. I commend our faculty for helping us balance the dual nature of making and thinking. This sounds simple in theory, yet this complex negotiation of the artistic process is what propels us forward beyond the program. As we pack up the studios and celebrate our thesis exhibition, a different kind of reflection emerges. I feel so proud to hold a master's degree in my family and humbled through my family's history of immigration to this country. My grandparents, who came from rural southern China, were steadfast supporters of my art practice. And immigrants are artists by necessity, where resilience and creativity are both a part of a better future. Thank you to all the families here for supporting the artists here today. As a Master of Fine Arts, who are we now? We are artists, educators, mavericks, citizens, scholars, and most importantly, keen observers of perception. We are equipped to craft attention and embrace uncertainty, entrusting ourselves and our community towards building our ideal future. I truly believe that perception shapes reality, and I'm thrilled to have the privilege of witnessing my fellow MFA class shape our world to be. Congratulations to us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Harley. President Freed, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the Maine College of Art and Design's 2026 candidates for completion of their degrees. These candidates in the Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art, the Master of Arts in Teaching, and the Bachelor of Fine Arts and the Master of Arts in Education have qualified in all respects, have been recommended by the faculty, and approved by our Board of Trustees. I commend them to you with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining on this 8th day of May, 2026. We will now confer the degree of Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Julie Porcho Santos, Chair of the MFA in Studio Art, will join us on stage for the hooding of the graduates. Julie, come on up. President Freed and Ann Dennison, College Registrar, will assist in receiving the candidates. I will find my secret marker. Okay, here we go. Abigail Cloutier, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Harley Nye Greco, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Molly Knobloch, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Stephen Medeiros, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Darby Miller, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Dylan Willett, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Caitlin Perigo, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Jonathan Spath, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. And Isaac Stern, Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art. Congratulations to the MFA class of 2026. I would now like to welcome this year's Master of Arts in Teaching student speaker, Caitlin Wu, to the podium. Caitlin?
Good morning, beautiful graduates. It is my pleasure to speak on behalf of the MAT cohort. Congratulations to the class of 2026. We did it. I especially want to thank and congratulate my amazing MAT cohort. It is hard to believe that 10 months ago, we were all strangers standing in Porteous waiting for orientation to start. Today, I stand with a community of inspiring and dynamic educators that I feel so honored to call my peers. When we talk about a day like today, we often focus on individual achievement, but behind every achievement is a community. And if there is one thing I hope to share with you today, it is this. Community is not just something we belong to, it is something we build. Maine is a place where community matters. I see it in my cohort, in the students here today, in the artists and art institutions across the state, in the Maine Art Educators Association, where over half of our state's art teachers are members. I see it in the way our neighbors stand up for one another in the face of injustice, rallying to provide relief and support. When I think of community, I always think of Vinyl Haven, the small island community where I had the fortune of spending 3 years, and the people who make it possible to sustain a place 15 miles off the coast. Vinyl Haven cannot exist without the people who work on the island, volunteer for events, and show up for their neighbors. It is the individuals who care about the collective who provide the support even in the heaviest of times. When I talk about my time on Vinyl Haven, I'm often asked how it really works, living in a place where everyone, in many ways, is stuck with one another, but does not always see eye to eye. How can you love your neighbor if you do not share the same beliefs? I understand this question, and I understand why some of you might be holding your breath as I say this. It's hard to love your neighbor when your neighbor does not believe you have the right to exist. Like any meaningful relationship, communities require work. The ties that bring us together are not passively created through proximity. They are built through connection and sustained effort. To build the support, we have to listen and respond to the needs of others. That is not always easy. We each carry experiences and beliefs that shape who we are. Community is a beautiful thing, but it is also complicated and messy work. It has as much power to build us up as it does to tear us down. I believe that to have community, we must also have empathy, the ability to understand and share in the feelings of others. Empathy requires acknowledgement and respect for experiences beyond our own. Through it, we begin to connect and recognize that, in the end, all we truly have is each other. I am a teacher because I believe in the power of community, and because education is one of the most powerful tools to build empathy in young people. As a public school teacher, I have to believe that every student in my school's zip code has the right to a fair and free public education. I may not agree with all of my students, but I show up for them. I listen to them. I challenge them, and I work to create a space where they feel seen, valued, and supported. I am an art teacher because I believe creativity is one of the most powerful tools we have to build empathy. To be creative is to engage with nuance and complexity. Art challenges us to do that, to step into a feeling, an experience, or an idea we may not yet understand. When we make art, we not only navigate uncertainty, we work through challenges, and we often arrive somewhere unexpected and beautiful. Through that process, we engage more deeply with ourselves and with others. When I invite students into my classroom, a space where every child is welcome to create freely and authentically, my hope is to show them that more is possible than what is immediately in front of them. How can I challenge them to think critically? How can I give them the tools they need to be good people? How can I help them understand that caring is not only important, but powerful? This is the superpower of the art educator. The work we do can build the skills that our youth need to be good citizens in the world. All of us can be art teachers. Every artist in this room has the power to share something meaningful with the world through what they create and the spaces that they help shape. The things you make carry the depth and nuance that this changing world needs. The more authentically we create, the more we can show others what it means to be human. We may not all work with children, but we can all make things that matter and put our full sincerity into the process. My fellow MAT candidates, I know that you will go on to make a difference, whatever that route looks like. You are the connectors, the bridge builders, the healers that extend your arms into the world rather than retreating. I leave you with a quote from my student teaching mentor, Alyssa James: "Those who can and care, teach." Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Caitlin. We will now confer the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching. Rachel Somerville, Chair of Art Education, will join us for the hooding of our graduates. President Freed and Ann Dennison, Registrar, will assist in receiving the candidates. Ready? All right. Abigail Annis, Master of Arts in Teaching. Hannah Babcock, Master of Arts in Teaching. Amy Bakken, Master of Arts in Teaching. Elena Bonus, Master of Arts in Teaching. Kayla Brouillard, Master of Arts in Teaching. Rebecca Coleo, Master of Arts in Teaching. Hannah Fobert, Master of Arts in Teaching. John Hall, Master of Arts in Teaching. Isabella Hendry, Master of Arts in Teaching. Alpha May Manabat, Master of Arts in Teaching. Christina Joy Ruggiero Corliss, Master of Arts in Teaching. Duncan Alexandra Tharp, Master of Arts in Teaching. And finally, Kaylin Ann Wu, Master of Arts in Teaching. Congratulations to the MAT class of 2026. Today, we celebrate a milestone for Maine College of Art and Design as we confer the inaugural degrees in our online Master of Arts in Education program. As dedicated working professionals in education, many of you balance full-time careers while supporting families and personal commitments, demonstrating remarkable perseverance and purpose. You stepped into something new, embracing innovation, creativity, and rigor while helping us at the college shape a new program. Your journey reflects resilience, curiosity, and a deep commitment to advancing arts education. You have not only achieved a personal goal, but also set a standard for those who will follow you. Your impact will extend far beyond today, influencing classrooms, communities, and the future of creative learning. Congratulations. I'm now going to confer the degrees of Master of Arts in Education. Since this is an online program, some of our students are watching through streaming. I'll call those student names first because they can't be here. They'll be in absentia. And then I'll call the 3 students that are there to come across the stage and get hooded. Aubrey Law Cosmal, Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in Expressive Arts Therapy in absentia. Emily Spain, Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in Expressive Arts Therapy in absentia. Christina Spencer, Master of Arts in Education, who's in absentia today. And Jamie Walkinshaw, Master of Arts in Education in absentia. And then we're excited to have 3 graduates walking across the stage today for our program. And our first one is Abby Harmon Jacobs, Master of Arts in Education. Matthew Allen Johnson, Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in Arts Leadership and Administration. And last but not least, Melissa Ann Perkins, Master of Arts in Education. Congratulations to the Master of Arts in Education class of 2026. Next, it's my pleasure to invite this year's Bachelor of Fine Arts speaker, Jacob Flores Figueroa, to the podium. Jacob.
Hello, everyone. Nimishikawe meme, Nimotoka Jacobo Flores Figueroa, and I am deeply honored to have been chosen and stand and speak before the class of 2026. I greet you in the indigenous language of my ancestors, Nahuatl, not only in honor of their sacrifices and resiliency that made this moment possible for me, but because of its literal translation. I offer you strength. I bring you this offering as the world we are entering will ask much of you after this ceremony. It will ask, what art job do you have lined up? When are you moving out? How will you change the world? Maybe you're asking yourself these same questions. Maybe you're wondering how much longer it will take until you make it in the art world. Well, you made it. Today is the day you will celebrate the risks you took, the resiliency inside you, the late nights in the studio when exhaustion turned into laughter with your peers, the critiques that once stung but taught you to sharpen your voice and craft, the group projects that turned into meaningful friendships, shout out Studio Jams. We will be celebrating you as a person. Though this ceremony is not just a celebration for your achievements, it is a celebration for the possibilities in art to come. It is a celebration of the fact that at some point, each of you decided to believe in your imagination. At some point, each of you decided to believe in yourself and your dreams. That belief brought you to this moment surrounded by people who are proud of you. And before we continue, I want you to look around. Look at your classmates, look at the faculty who challenged you, look at the friends and families who showed up. Notice the smiles, notice the cameras on, notice the relief in the room. This is a collective joy. And if your loved ones are here with you today, I beg that you give them the warmest, tightest hug you can. Tell them thank you for everything, fill your phone gallery with pictures of them, laugh until your stomach hurts. Because I cannot do the same with my parents due to the systematic oppression against Hispanic immigrants. Like many immigrant families, mine made sacrifices that stretch across borders, languages, and lifetimes. My parents desired to offer my siblings and I what they never had access to, a few of those being safety and the ability to choose a career that brought us happiness. This desire to give was so strong that my father has worked 2 to 3 jobs on almost a full-time basis to help me afford this degree. Their belief carried me into rooms that they never had access to, both in Mexico and the United States. Their labor, often invisible to those on the outside, built the foundation for my education and inspired me to use what privilege I have to speak up for those who cannot. I say all this because this degree does not belong to us alone. It belongs to everyone who stood by and helped us become the artists we are today. And this should humble us, because the reality is we are graduating into a time that will be remembered for better or for worse. It is interesting to stand here before you as the son of Mexican immigrants speaking at this ceremony in front of a predominantly white institution, at a time when people who look and sound like me are being attacked for the color of our skin, the languages we speak, and the histories we carry. For some of us, this feels personal, for others, distant. But history doesn't wait for comfort. It may feel overwhelming, it may feel like the world is unraveling faster than we can mend it, and in moments like this, creating art can feel small. It can feel indulgent, ineffective, powerless. But I reject that idea. Art is not just decoration, art is not just an escape, art is intervention. Art is how we document injustice, art is how we imagine alternatives, art is how we insist on humanity when the world forgets it. Art is how we fall in love with life again and again. So after this ceremony, don't practice your craft casually. Practice it as if lives depend on it, because they do. As artists from various disciplines, we have learned how to solve problems creatively, how to sit with ambiguity, and how to build something from nothing. This is not trivial, this is revolutionary. We are not inheriting a world of problems, we are inheriting a world of possibilities. And within those possibilities are galleries and studios not yet founded, stories not yet told, communities waiting for you, and moments of joy calling to you. I like to read a quote by writer Carl Whitman Jr. that has stayed with me. Quote, "This means putting aside hatred, jealousy, and pettiness, which have prevented all from working together. Currently, we don't know where we are going, and no one seems to care. In the meantime, our problems are increasing and worsening. For too long, we have waited for someone vague to do something. The time has come where we must admit this is not going to happen. After all, these are our problems, and if we don't do something about it, then we can't expect someone else to be concerned enough to solve it for us." End quote. It is time to realize that we are the ones we are waiting for. We are the ones with the power and privilege to do something. And here's where I want to speak about privilege, not as guilt, but as responsibility. It is a privilege to be educated. It is a privilege to experiment. It is a privilege to fail safely. It is a privilege to be surrounded by people who cheer with and for you. It is a privilege to question. It is a privilege to imagine. Many people don't get to ask, what do I want to make? Who do I want to be? We did. Thus, it is our responsibility Not to have all the answers to the world's problems, but to expand perspectives, share knowledge, share experience, ask better questions, argue for what you believe in, and refuse narrow definitions of what is possible in this life. Carve a life beyond the traditional boundaries of your discipline, beyond what people tell you is practical, beyond what fear tells you is safe. Build what security and happiness look like to you. When you feel your voice is being silenced, especially then, create. Because someone, even a world away, is waiting to see themselves reflected in your work. Someone is waiting for permission to imagine a different future, and you may already be giving it. You are graduating at a moment that will define a generation, and whether you choose it or not, you will shape what comes next. So shape it intentionally, shape it with courage, shape it with compassion, shape it with joy. The world we are entering isn't perfect, but it remains open to change. It is open to your voice, your design, your research, your humanity. So I leave you the way I began. I offer you strength. I offer you strength to continue pushing your limits, strength to show up for what you care for, the strength to speak up for yourself and others, and the strength to honor yourself with the respect and kindness you deserve. Take this strength with you into every challenge, every opportunity, and every new chapter that awaits. Let it remind you of who you are, what you can create, and the impact only you can make. Carry it into your work, into your friendships, into your communities. Let it inspire you to take risks, to dream bigger, and to build a better tomorrow. Today is not an ending, it is a beginning full of possibility, full of promise, and full of the power you already hold. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Jacob. We will now confer the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts. Okay. Sammy Berry, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration. Ezekiel Bliss, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Printmaking with honors. Betsy Boyd, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting with honors. Devin Brazel, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Ceramics. Tav Brody, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Textile and Fashion Design. Carly Brody, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration with a minor in Public Engagement and with honors. Eleanor Brown, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sculpture with honors. Brooke Brunel, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Metalsmithing and Jewelry with honors. Thomas Andrew Burns, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting. Brianna Renee Campbell, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Woodworking and Furniture Design. Ellie Rose Churchill, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting. Kate Clark, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design. Morgan Clenard, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design with honors in absentia. Gabrielle Cloutier, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Oh, wait, your phone. Amelia Coleman, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art. Lily Cortez, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Mac Craig, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration with a minor in music with honors. Camden Crocker, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration with honors. Maya Cueva, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration. Tom Daly, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sculpture with honors. Gus Dana, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Carolyn Day, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting with a minor in Sustainable Ecosystems, Art and Design, and with honors. Luca DeFazio, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration. Cole Dowdell, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Woodworking and Furniture Design with honors. Alyssa Donna Elaine Evangelista, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Textile and Fashion Design with honors. Cora Fackert, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design with honors. Darren Fisher, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Jacobo Flores Figueroa, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Cam James Fox, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sculpture with honors. Darius Frazier, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Woodworking and Furniture Design with honors. Cheyenne Gandy, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration. Marikai Gardner, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting with a minor in Drawing with honors. Milo Karush Glassman, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Textile and Fashion Design with honors. Caroline Haggerty, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting. Nora Kathleen Hanlon, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Photography with a minor in Sustainable Ecosystems, Art and Design, and with honors. Lily Hawk, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Design, Animation and Game Art, with honors. Hannah Caliandro Holt, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sculpture, with honors. Ella Irving, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design with a minor in Sustainable Ecosystems, Art and Design with honors. Wraith Jennings, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting with honors in absentia. Avery Johnson, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design with honors. Lou Joy, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration with honors in absentia. Amberly Kahapea, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Ceramics with honors. Mia Kashiwabara, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with a minor in Writing with honors. Grace Yuyon Keen, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Ryan Keeler, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Hannah Kinchek, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration. Madison La Liberty, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art. Molly Kathleen Lawrence, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design with honors. Jess Lee, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sculpture. Ruby Virginia Long, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Ceramics. Ryan Maloney, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Textile and Fashion Design. Casey Matteau, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration with honors. Eugene McIntyre, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sculpture. Nice. Kayla McNelly, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Troy Meyer, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration with a minor in Music and with honors. Casey Mower, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration. Julian Ashley Mumley, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Woodworking and Furniture Design with honors. Sami Murray, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art. Pepper O'Hara, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sculpture in absentia. Betts Andre, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting. Madison Ostrowski, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with a minor in Music with honors. Alana Patterson, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Cadence Puckett, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Printmaking with honors. Redford Reese, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sculpture with honors. Jarrell Lisboa San Jose, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art. Clara Schaefer, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Ceramics with honors. Paisley Silvera, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Adele Smith, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration with honors. Ryer Spann, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Photography with honors. Sawyer Strouth, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Printmaking with honors. Sophia Sutherland, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting with honors. Artemis Tannett, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Photography. Anya Grace Taylor, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting. Rosalind Trowbridge, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Elijah Tuttle, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Hope Uribe Montoya, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with a minor in writing with honors. Adriana Mia Uribe Rodriguez, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Textile and Fashion Design with honors. Hallie Tara Vishlitsky, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Ceramics. Jahan Waterman, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Metalsmithing and Jewelry with honors. Daniel Watts, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design with honors. Evelyn White, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Photography. Nico White, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration. Francesca Wilson, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting with honors. Gracie Wrigley Walsh, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Art with honors. Saab Youssef, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design. Congratulations to the BFA class of 2026.
Well, it's time. All graduates, please rise. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Maine College of Art and Design, by the membership and recognition accorded to the college by our accrediting agencies, and by the charter granted to the college by the great state of Maine, woo, I hereby grant the degrees of Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Arts in Education, and the Bachelor of Fine Arts. To the class of 2026, please move your tassels from the right side to the left. Everyone, please join me in applauding the graduating class of 2026. Standing ovation. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We are all so glad that you could be here today to celebrate the class of 2026. I think you'll agree their speeches and their artwork are exceptional. We hope you will all join us back at the Portress Building for light refreshments and to view all of our students' thesis work. Please remain in your seats while the platform party and newly minted graduates stand and exit. Thank you so much for joining us.